Nearly 7 weeks have passed since Jack and Lilly Sullivan vanished from their home in Nova Scotia's Pictou County. The RCMP have received more than 500 tips from the public, but despite those and extensive searches, the children have not been found. The province is now offering up to $150,000 for information in the case of the two missing children. Police are asking anyone with information to call a number that they've set up to receive tips. For more on what this means for people in Pictou County, we're joined by Robert Parker. He's the warden there. And Robert, this cash reward that's being offered for information, what impact do you think that's going to have on getting tips in?
It could have significant impact. Obviously, if things have gone awry here, which it appears they have, and if there is criminal involvement, that's quite a bit of money. And so maybe somebody's lips will loosen a little. We hope so, because this does not deserve to be handled in the way it's being handled.
It has been weeks now since these two little kids disappeared. How's the community doing?
Frustrated, I would put at the top of the list, and sort of on edge. Everybody wants to find out what happened, I guess is what I'm hearing most people say, and they're frustrated by not getting some answers, and not blaming anyone, but clearly frustrated and almost afraid to hear the news. They're almost afraid to turn the news on in case it's what they don't want to hear. Although I think most people are prepared maybe now for that.
Yeah, no, it's been a long, long time. So when you have a case like this that drags on for a long time, I'm sure, I think you and I talked about this weeks ago, lots of rumors in the community, and those rumors can be pretty corrosive. And so how's the community dealing with that, about the rumors about what may have happened?
I think most people would rather not have the rumors out there, to wait and let the RCMP do their job, and then deal with whatever comes out of that investigation. But unfortunately, we can't control people's emotions and people's thoughts, and it's one thing to talk about it in private, what you or somebody else thinks might have happened, but not to put it on public. And I've even been told that some people are making money off of this, which is a real tragedy too, by leaning on the story of little Jack and little Lily to pick up an audience that then advertisers will pay them for.
While you were talking, giving that last answer, we were seeing some pictures of the search, and we saw a drone and police officers, search and rescue officials. A lot of time and effort and person power has been spent on searching, especially the woodsy area near the house. And as far as I know, virtually nothing has turned up. You know the area well. Do you think there's a possibility that these kids wandered in those woods, or do you figure they must be somewhere else?
Well, there's always a possibility, and the RCMP seem pretty well stuck on the fact that they're in that woods, and if we keep looking, we'll find them. And I hope maybe they're right, but the woods is terribly rough terrain there. After Hurricane or Tropical Storm Fiona went through, everything is crisscrossed in there, and there is a chance that little ones could crawl in under a big spruce tree root and be well hidden from anybody that walked by. So there's always a chance, but an awful lot of people have gone through there looking, and professional searchers, and haven't found anything. So I think the general public is thinking that there's something different here than lost in the woods.
Yeah, it must be so frustrating for people there. When you heard the news out of Quebec, now we're talking 3 to 4 days as opposed to 6 or 7 weeks, but of the 3-year-old who was found alive and well in Eastern Ontario, what did you make of that story?
I think it raised people's hopes around here, but they are very different situations for sure. But there was sort of a peak in hope, and there still is hope. There's always hope until we find out otherwise. But I think the only hope left for our little ones is if somebody did abduct them, and hopefully somebody who was doing that for a loving cause and not otherwise, that perhaps they could still be safe somewhere, maybe far away from here. I think that's in the back of a lot of people's minds, is not maybe the most likely possibility, but still a possibility, and people are hanging on that. When they saw little flare, I think that raised those hopes a bit, to know that something positive can happen. Again, very different circumstances, but we never lose hope until it's over.
Absolutely. Well said, Robert. Thank you very much for speaking with us.